Hello, folks. Welcome back. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the Azure Logic Apps in briefly, and we'll also try to, have a use case related to this Azure Logic App, where exactly we are using this, and one of the use case will in this session we'll try to go through is like how can we automate the email notifications for any of the process streamlining, right? So let's get started. So the Logic app, what exactly the Azure Logic app is? So it's really a hardware service for building automated workflows. Connects disparate applications, services, and data sources. That means like there are different applications we might have developed, and there might have different services and different data sources where we have stored our data. So if we want to connect all of them or some of them, uh, and we want to set up a workflow, automated workflow in between them. So this Azure Logic Apps is very helpful on that side of the house. So and it also offers a visual designer, the which has the ability to build workflows without coding, right? It's a no code, ideally no code, app development for the workflow and also integrates with a wide range of Azure services and third-party applications as well, right? So now, what are the different benefits using Azure Logic App? So one of the benefits would be like increased efficiency, the and scalability, also improve accuracy, enhance agility, and reduce cost, right? So if we go, one by one, little bit discuss like increase efficiency. What does it mean? Like increase the efficiency is automate repetitive tasks and streamline process, right? So this is what the increase efficiency. It can add to our whole workflow is, and it will definitely improve the accuracy. So if we if we do those workflows manually, then there might be some error prompts, right? So when we are using this Azure Logic Apps to build a workflow, then it's a high probability of ideally, it's highly accurate, right? So it will always minimize the human errors or ensure the consistency throughout the different applications. And if you see like enhance agility, so what does mean agility? Agility means like and it can be used any time in any place of any point of time. So and with a high availability. So enhanced agility would be like and it actually responds very fast. Whenever any change happens in the business workflow or any business horizon, right? So and also reduce cost. So it reduces cost definitely when it just takes away all this manual stuff, and also it streamlines the whole workflow and the muscle system. Then obviously we will reduce the cost, right? It will eliminate all those additional costs for multiple resources to handle those, and multiple resources, multiple services. All those things will just go away. Then definitely the cost will reduce, right? So it is definitely eliminate the manual works and improve resource utilization as well, right? So whenever we need, let's take for example like okay, we are trying to run one service, which is actually it only runs for for some minutes, maybe let's for example 30 minutes of for every day, but we don't want to keep up and running, right? So what we can do, we can just build an Azure Logic workflow, just pick up that application at that point of time, once it will be complete, and just consolidate it and send some success notification or something like that. So that will be of course whenever you are using, we're just using that, otherwise we're not, right? So it will definitely give us lots of cost in that point of view. Scalability, and definitely as you see like the cloud itself is made for scalable. So whatever we are building here, the automation system or workflow system, it will be highly scalable, whatever we required and how much number of FSRs we really need whenever as per our requirement or in the future workload. So now there are lots of common use cases. We can really use this Azure Logic Hub. One of the use cases would be like business process automation. What does that mean? It's like streamlining routine tasks or process. As I say, like every day there should be a service that's to pick up and do its own work and shut down, right? Let's for example that you want to just collect the weather data or weather prediction. It has to run once a day or twice a day or every 6 hours, for example. Then what it will do, it will just pick up that. It will just enable that service and run that service, collect the data, and then shut it down. So that would be a routine, no, a routine process. So, and event-driven automation. So whenever anything happens, because of that, we can trigger something else. So it's a event-driven, like triggering something on the happening of some other services or some other event. So, and API management, so which will really simplify the API access and automate API calls, right? And application integration, connect on-premise and cloud-based applications. The last but not the least, data integration, right? So you can easily automate the data movement between various sources or various components of the whole application. So, while we just briefly discuss about the what exactly logic are, why not we are just going ahead and just implement one of the simple use case that can be like how can we automate email notifications and send email notification from our using our logic app, right? Let's go for it. We'll just go through our Azure Cloud dashboard, and then we'll go from there, right? And let's go. Okay, so here I'm going trying to log into the Azure portal. When I'm logging in, so I'm landing here, right? So this is my landing page of the Azure Cloud. So if you see like so my dashboard is whatever I see, it might be different from your dashboard. So just bear with me like what exactly the applications we're going to use. So here we go see like if you see in the top itself, we see there is a logic apps. Why it's showing here? Because sometime back I have used this logic app, so that's why it's showing the recent list, right? Otherwise, if in case you are not seeing this logic app here, you can always go from here and type like logic app, right? So if you see the logic app, you will get here, just click here. And then once you go there, so if you might have created earlier any logic app, you will see here. Otherwise, you will give a there is always a button to add one. Let's click over there. So we are trying to add one add one logic app over here. So what is the first thing? It's like so in our throughout our Azure application, actually Azure Cloud, whenever you are getting any application, any service, there are very minimum things you have to provide. That one of the thing is like resource code, right? So we'll go through the resource to be in some other topic, what exactly this is and how we will create this. But let's go ahead with that. What I have already created, and I have one existing resource group. So we are going with that. We'll select that. Then once we'll select that, it will ask for the what exactly the logic app you are trying to provide here, right? Then actual app name, right? So what we'll do, I'll just go ahead with the SMA RT Smart TP, right? Hyphen send mail, send mail, right? And see it's available. It's still available. No one took this. Uh, Send mail automation or send mail uh, workflow maybe workflow, right? So something like that. So if it's clicked, then this URL is available. End of the day, this is one of the URL, right? So if you see this along with this dot Azure website dot net. So if no one, I mean, in our account itself, if we didn't use this particular name anywhere else, then it should be available for us, right? So now it will be a workflow. Okay, we are not going to containerize this. We'll just go with the workflow and the region what we are actually using with the East US, right? US East. So any other region we can always choose, right? According to your location, where exactly is. So I'm in United States, so I'm using the East United States US, right? So now here we see like there are two kind of plans. So there is a standard plan and other one is a consumption plan. So if you see the standard plan is mostly, based for enterprise level. So we are not using now for any production or any of the company usage. So let's go with the consumption, which is really best for entry level. Pay only whatever you can use. So we'll go for that, right? And then if you want exactly analytics for like it's nothing but it will just not enabling the log analytics because whatever the user group I have created, so I didn't enable that analytics. And this is very, we are not really bothered about this for example for now. So let's go at it. So what we'll do now, so we can tag it with some tagging naming convention or just review and create. So try to review it. It will give us like what exactly it's trying to run. So it's trying to use the research group that is Azure Smart Review, and the name we have already provided, and the region we are using like USE site, and the log analytics. So this is reachable. It's as we already know like it is reachable, right? So we are not bothering about all this at this point because we are trying to just create one logic app for the workflow. So let's not bother about this for the timing. Now here it's here. So it's gonna create one logic tuple here and give it so. So deployment is still in progress, right? It's created, right? Deployment complete, it's created, and we can always go to the resource from here, right? So uh, if you see the resource here, if you see this is the resource we created, and this is the group which resource group is used, and all these things, right? So now what next? So we are trying to create a trigger. Okay. So so how we create a trigger? So if we go here and then, overview. So now we have to create our trigger here, right? So let's go with our designer. We have to find our designer to get those. The activity of art with document designer over here. Uh, okay, let's specifically correct. Yes. So switch settings are open on WMF tool and Logic App Designer over here, right? Let's go to the Logic App Designer and here it's asking for other triggers. So we add a trigger. What exactly trigger we are going to add here? We'll add HTTP receiver, right? HTTP request receiver, right? When any HTTP request receives, so that will be our trigger. If anyone trying to access our website, right? Then that will be the trigger. So let's close this. And what exactly? So here the URL will be available here once we complete this one. So what we'll do, we'll try to uh, create one HTTP request trigger, which will be the post method, use the post method and request validation, right? So in the email request, what we are going to do is let's create just use sample payload. So in this payload, what exactly the payload should be for our email notification, API, right? So it has to be always written, keep in mind, and we'll have maybe minimum three things like let's do. Okay, so we just leave it like that. And what other parameter we need? We need subset. subject, and this is also a feeling bank, and other thing is like message. So that is nothing but the email body, right? So leave it like that, just very simple, and then done. Now, schema is created here, right? Within schema. So see, we have only provided two subject messages, but internally, I have created the complete schema for us. Okay. So now we are done over here. So if whenever we save, see, notice here. Okay. Here now, once we save that trigger, we got that URL out over here. Just keep in mind, we are not doing anything at this point here. Okay. So what next step we need to do is like we need to create another action for this, right? What action we need to create? Send mail, right? So we have to send an email. So for that, we have to find the action for Gmail or any Outlook or something like that, right? Gmail, Gmail. We have Gmail. So on the Gmail, we can see there are multiple actions, right? So what action we need? We need the send mail action. If we want to add the get email details, then this will find list out the all those email details, right? Any email details you want. But for now, we are going to create an action for sending an email, right? So once you create these, then see what exactly this is asking for. True, right? What should be the true value? True values should be the dynamic, right? We are not providing any hard-coded value here. Rather, it has to come from the user, okay, whoever is using the URL, the HTTP request URL, right? So how can I find that? Click here that function. Whenever you click the function, you will find a place for dynamic content. So this dynamic content will provide us all the schema level detail we have given when we created the HTTP request. So now just click two. So this is a placeholder for our email template, right? So now add it. So it's done. So here two means whenever any user will use this email endpoint, request endpoint, so whatever the two on the two schema the user will pass to the body, uh, then that particular value will be placed here, right? Now let's go with what else parameter we are going to use. So we are going to use maybe let for example important. We'll say high, low, or medium priority kind of thing, and then subject line, and also body, right? The message body, of course. So we'll try to use this phrasing, right? So let's start with the importance. For the importance, we'll make it high priority, right? Because maybe it's a time sensitive, so we have to make it high priority. I think according to our use case, we can use, same case. Then subject, what subject it should be? Subject should be also dynamic. So what user should send the subject, okay? If you hard code here, then what, even if the user is, sending a new subject line for the email, then it will never override, right? So it will be always, always static. So let's not do it static. Rather do it the dynamic content. What should be the dynamic content? Select the subject, and like we have selected like two, and now add, right? So now let's come to the body. Body part also exactly same, whatever the body provided by the user for that. So that will be used. So what we have defined as a template for our HTTP request email. So we have defined as a message instead of body, right? So let's choose this message, right? So then we are now we are done. So we are not going to add any other thing, and we are done. So okay, of course, you can always format this particular message with all this, all this formatting given over here. If you want to insert area you want to change something, no, maybe you like church here, right? And the normal heading, whatever you like to put it here, and any different kind of something. Or in case if you want to add any link, something like that, right? That's for example, uh, you know, uh, just let's check out more details here. More more details here, right? Here. When I say here, I'll just put it here and then try to retrieve. And what I'll do, I'll try to connect to smarthistory.com, right? So now in our email, along with this message, we'll find this message as well at the uh, end of the, not more, it's more, right? So, more details. So, along with the message, every, in every message, every email, there will be a, there will be a training text, will find over here, right? So now we are down here now. Let's go and save it. Now let's save it. Now let's test if we have really successfully did it or not. So to test it, what we have to test? We have to copy this guy. Okay, we'll copy this and we'll head over to the uh head over to the Postman, right? So in the Postman, what we'll do is just create one request, right? What request we can always name this request, whatever the name we want to provide. But apart from this, what we'll do, like we're trying to post to one URL, right? What is that URL? This is the URL we have created, that email notification URL, right? And if you see this, automatically this headers API, API version, all these keys are, all these, keys and values are automatically clear, right? We don't have to bother about this. Now we head towards body. In the body, we have defined one template schema for that particular email notification workflow, right? So for that, what we have to do is like we go and this that what we will provide, what we had the schema was. First thing is first thing first. We had two, right? Something. We had a subject. Then we will provide something. And then we have message. Message. Okay. Keep in mind, yes, here we are not providing body, rather we are providing message field because we have defined as a schema in a whenever we have created this particular HTTP request, right? HTTP request. The logic app, right? So now let's provide all these details wherever we want. Where I want to send this email, let's for example, marketing lawn at gmail.com, right? Marketing lawn at gmail.com. Now, what will be the subject? Let's for example, some approval required to a PCRO, required, right? So we have already given the importance. We don't have to provide this. We have already selected importance with a high when we have created that template, right? So now this is the subject will be approval required, and then what it will be so we'll provide something called like message, hello, hello today, hello today. Let's for example, today, uh, up, approval required, right? Uh, approval are here required, uh, approval required uh, for the for the right for further no data processing, for example. So I'm just putting something like that, right? So, okay, keep in mind. So, whatever the text you are providing here, it's HTML compatible, right? So, whatever you are writing here, if you want to format this, just use your HTML tag. Hope you are, aware about all those HTML tags, different kind of HTML tags to, to format the data. Even if you don't know, also you can just put some break sets or something like that. Okay, let's take it for the timing. Okay. So we are sending to smartofit.lawn at gmail.com and the subject has to be approval required and this. And let's send it. Now it sends, right? The success. Let's go back to okay. So here. So if you see inbox, right? And mm, so approval request. So hello students, approval required for the data for the data source, right? So now this is very basic, and then here if you see we saw like, okay, we have given this a string and with a link when we created that. So we saw this, we always see this one, right? So it will head towards the actual link we have provided. What link we have provided is smartag.com, right? So it should head towards over there. Rather see what exactly it should be https dot smartag.com. So okay, it's heading towards this side. But our important is also like, okay, oh, we got the email over here. Then let's try to little bit format this so that it will look little bit more professional, right? So come here and see, and I'll just give you one quick example. Let's for example, we'll something like some HTML. It's already showing the HTML tag, right? The BR. It's the break, right? The break statement. So if you send again, let's send again, and we'll see here. We should see another email coming. Okay, so let's press it. We got another email over here. Now this is formatted. It's a break statement, right? So now, if we want to little bit more with some, div and some span, some paragraphs. So some of the things you want to, place it here. I'll give you some small example, quickly, just for sake of, understanding. So I have created some, some formatted email. I'll just put it over here. See what exactly I'm doing here. I have a div. Under the div, I have another div and I just putting it hello to there, and then I have printed something, some data over here, and here you can always put your project name or something like that. Here I'm just for some for like example how we can format the email. So I'm just trying to show you here. So now let's send. You should see an email with little formatted, right? And let's refresh it, and we got one. Wow, that's beautiful, right? So now this is a little bit bold later. Hello to there, and the paragraph is completely written in its own way. And also there is a signature it's asked for, thanks, and then you can always put your name over here, right? So this is your sample, formatting of the email, how we are doing. But our main goal is goal was like how we can really make a build a portal build a portal build an logic app and we'll design a send mail workflow, automated workflow, so that we can send any user can send email without using anything, right? So just think like the user is not even using any email browser, right, or any Gmail or something like that. It's just using some API way of dealing with that, calling some API, just send email, right? And everything being taken care by our workflow, right? And that's all. I think, it's as simple as that, right? So and yeah, so and before heading towards that, we can always check like around history, what are the I mean how it really worked. These are the number of times this our workflow has run, and what else you want to do? You can always change any settings, anything you want to. So the if your connections today we don't have anything at this point. So, but yeah, most important thing we have created the logic app, and this is what it is now. Now, what enhancement you can do on top of this? It's like you can add some other action. After other action, what exactly? Message sent, right? Message sent. Then what else? So you can always start with say like once that will you can always put a approval workflow here. Once that the user will approve with that email, immediately it will whenever it will receive that email, so then it will proceed with other notifications, right? So that's where lots of things can be built over here. So now our goal was like creating a notification service using our logic app. So now we are done. And okay, thank you so much.